Welcome one and welcome all to another housing video. In this episode we're going to work on one of the new king enclosures. This time for my Chinese bandit king, named Sir Scratchewan. Where do I even begin? First, we're gonna find a cat to knead our chocolate mix. And then we add more chocolate. This batch of brownies is gonna be the bomb. Make sure we sift and knead it all evenly in our pan. Following it up with a sack of sea salt and sugars. This all factors in with the consistency. Then we're gonna get a middle-aged bald man to add the nuts at the top. Alright, I kid. It was cocoa peat with peat moss bottom, with a combination of big and small leaf litter, scattered on top. Here I am finding a nice corner to add a gigantic water bowl, perfect for Sir Scratchy to soak in whenever he pleases. I'll be adding in a small rock corner, just for looks, and the largest decorated log is put in after. I think it's easier to find what the centerpiece of your enclosure is going to be and use that to go in first and build around it. Once we finally settled on the rock build, I added a fern behind it. It'll grow and fill the empty spaces, though I needed just one more branch behind it, something like a tree trunk that climbs straight up to blend in with this jungle habitat. I have many to pick from, and ones that don't quite fit the bill are moved into other empty spots. Ones that do fit in happen to be the perfect choice. With trial and error, along with a lot of sweat, the setup starts coming together. Soon we start on the forest floor, adding a creeping fig plant right up front so it spreads evenly over time. Now these are just my ideas floating around in the old noggin. You guys don't have to follow through every step, and feel free to go with your own ideas. When setting up enclosures, you want to care less about what you want and more about what the animal in question needs. Since he's a Chinese bandit king cobra, I can get away with an extra bump in humidity and cooler temps, meaning pretty moss and ferns will do quite well, granted if he doesn't squish them first. A lot more plants and logs will be added to fill in this jungle scape and cover up the forest floor. This may look simple enough, but it's also hella sped up. In reality, this whole process took us the whole damn day. Can't forget our cleaner crews. Millipedes and isopods do a fantastic job picking up after your tank. The enclosure is coming together quite nicely. A few ferns here and a bromeliad there, and we're at the finishing touches. The final logs are in place. Devil's Ivy is put right at the back. At last I fill in the water bowl, as well as give all the new inhabitant plants a little soak. It's all set and ready. Time for us to introduce Sir Scratchy. Though it may look comfy and just like his natural habitat, king cobras are always weary by nature and will take a moment to just pick up foreign scents before exploring any new habitat. He even gets uneasy and turns right back at us, but he calms down soon after and begins to explore. He's been in my care for well over 3 years, and he's much smaller than my Thai kings, which are in fact 1 year behind. Now this is because Chinese kings have a slower growth rate, and they don't get as big as the Thai or Malaysian kings. If they do, then it's rare. With lack of size, they make up for it with stronger venom, though I won't be demonstrating that for you guys in this video, or anytime soon. I know. Boo-hoo! Seems like he's stopping in for a quick drink. A longer drink. He's got all day and many more to come, checking out this new enclosure and getting used to it. Our work here is quite done. Now we just sit back and watch. I meant explore your cage, not come out. Wiping his face there on the leaf. Wiping on the tree. He is ever so curious. See, I don't know about you guys, but I can just sit here and watch him do his thing my entire day. And look at that tail wagging. That's so odd. In all my years of keeping, I have to say, I have no clue what that means. Quite proud of our work here today, and I think it suits him very well. The moss will adapt to this habitat extremely well. The ferns will sprout, and the orchids will bloom. The millipede cleanup crew, the microfauna, will thrive. And as for Sir Scratchy, well, he'll continue being oh so curious. And perhaps a bit weary. Now he is a captive bred snake, so I know what you're wondering. Why does his face look like that? Why does it look beat up? Before I bought him, his previous keeper used to feed him a lot of keelbacks. What's wrong with keelbacks? They have razor sharp teeth for catching fish. This means they can leave big gashes and wounds on snakes. Wounds that will get infected or cause major damage if not treated. And that's exactly what's happened. He was given a keelback, and as he bit the snake, it bit him right back, right on his face. The wound was severe and ripped open the prenasal and rostral scales, connecting his nostrils to his mouth. It has healed a lot over 2 years, and the openings have sealed, and he lives a normal, healthy life, and hopefully one day it can fully heal back to how it was before. King cobras eat snakes, sure, but that doesn't make them invincible. Looks like he's in the mood to bask. Also looking like he's had enough of my face poking around all day. So let's just leave him be and check up on him in a few days. A few days later, and it's time to do a thorough checkup of not just him, but his new crib too. A few more small plants and moss were added off camera, and they're adapting wonderfully. Everything is slowly inching their way around the tank. Now not too much is happening for our boy Scratchy, apart from him going into shed. You can't see it too well, but you'll catch glimpses of silver here and there. Since he is still in shed, we can't do much with him, and he's not gonna want to do much himself. So I suggest we leave him be for now and come back and check on him in another few days. The fern has made an inspiring presence. They're quickly extending over the terrain, with more fiddleheads popping out from its base. Sir Scratchewan has finally shed, knocking down one of my ferns in the process. I do wish I could have gotten a video of that, but oh well. I love these animals, and I love getting up close and personal. The feeling I have about these beings is what I want you guys to experience through my videos. Currently I do periodic checks, always coming in at different times throughout the day, trying to capture what he's up to. And with every shed, the wound seals up more and more. It is absolutely incredible how reptiles are so able to revert back from serious damage. It's a cool reminder to have on a bad day. If you think you've had it rough, you didn't get your face bit off and regenerated back. So as I stare into his googly eyes, I get a sense that everything's gonna be alright. This was another odd encounter. He seems to be extra curious about this leaf. He keeps investigating it. And this is why I just love king cobras. They're always up to something. I could watch this dude examine a leaf or whatever that scent was for hours on end. But that's just me. I hope in my lifetime to change as many minds as I can when it comes to understanding these creatures that suffer a huge burden, hated for just existing, thousands of years of it, for all the wrong reasons. Just remember that the strongest thing you have to fight against blind fear and hate is knowledge. For we are a collective conscience, sharing this space with many living beings around us. It would be wise to not hold your existence above others. Look onto their eyes and envision yourself in their place. Everything has its place on this earth, and there will never be a good enough reason for you to think that these animals are better off with a shovel to their head or a bullet in their brain. I wish I could show you guys a lot more of this handsome fella, but we are out of time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first look into how I'm designing this new room that's slowly but surely coming together. One setup at a time. Who knows, maybe I'll showcase Skittles' new enclosure next. Anyway, I look forward to this long journey ahead, and I can't wait to bring you guys along for the ride. So thank you all for watching, and see you in the next one.